Hello and welcome to the latest video. We're on day 5 of the World Cup now and our 3 games today. So again we'll just start going through what happened in the games and have a bit of a chat about them and then look ahead to tomorrow's games. So the first game of the day was Sweden against South Korea. Um, Sweden ended up winning the game 1-0. Probably deserved their win on the just about in the balance of play. Penalty ended up winning the game for the Swedes. Granqvist stepped up, took it, good penalty. Um, it makes that group interesting sort of for Germany would have been looking at it and hoping maybe the game would have finished in a draw, but it wasn't to be for them, and obviously Sweden getting the 1-0 win makes it quite interesting now as the group progresses. Just have a quick look here. The next game I think is Germany and Sweden. Yeah, so it's Germany and Sweden next Saturday. Mexico obviously have got the hardest game out of the way and haven't already beat Germany. So we'll see how it goes in that group, but it's certainly going to be interesting now. Sweden and Mexico have the advantage, but Germany, obviously as defending world champions, will still have a say in that group and will still think that they can go through. Whether they do or not remains to be seen, but obviously that game against Sweden now becomes must win for them. And obviously Mexico will be playing South Korea at the same time, and based on the performances so far, Mexico should be favourites to win that one, and will be expected now probably to go on and win the group. If they can beat South Korea, and they'll only need a draw against Sweden to win the group, and then that might even end up being could end up being one of those where the draw suits both teams, So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Next up then it was Belgium against Panama in the first game of Group G. In the end Belgium won 3-0, but it was an interesting game in that Belgium, it took them obviously into the second half to score. Brilliant goal as well from Dries Mertens. Anybody that watches Serie A has seen him doing stuff like that regularly for Napoli. He's a great player, but it's good to see him doing it on the big stage. It was a great goal. Panama can hold their heads up high, good 45 minutes against a strongly fancied team in the Belgians. And obviously then once Belgium got the goal, you always felt like they might get another couple. But 3-0 in the end. Lukaku got two. Second one in particular, it was a nice, neat finish with a wee chip over the goalkeeper. But I don't think we'll probably not learn a lot from Belgium in that sort of a game. They'll probably not learn much against them either whenever they play Tunisia. But they got the job done, albeit unimpressively. But really, that's kind of been the way of the World Cup, and obviously we're only one game in, so we'll see how that progresses as well. The final game of the day was England against Tunisia. England got the win 2-1. Very very late goal from Harry Kane. It was a strange game. First half Tunisia looked horrible. Their defence was all over the place. England started quite well, but the first 10-15 minutes they were very they seemed to be able to just cut them open at will, and got the goal obviously through Harry Kane, and then they had another couple of chances even before they had scored the goal, and they were playing with a lot of pace, a lot of purpose, playing very well, and then they just kind of turned into the same sort of stuttering and slow and just boring to watch, sort of a game. Obviously Tunisia got back into it through the penalty, which personally I don't think was a penalty. I thought that Walker just kind of looked like he was letting the ball go across him, and the defender just kind of ran into the back of him. I don't think he really impeded it. He really basically just stood his ground and got the penalty given against him. But Tunisia scored it in the end. England managed to get the win. Late goal through Harry Kane. Kane just basically done what you're expecting of your striker. 2 goals already, so it's a good start to the tournament for him. But he done well. 2 goals. He was in the right place at the right time, and that's what you want from your main goal scorer. So personally, again, I wasn't really impressed by England. Certainly the first 10-15 minutes they looked really good, and then they just sort of went into the same old stuff we've been watching for the last 20 years, and it wasn't entertaining, wasn't good. I don't really rate Tunisia. From what I've seen, certainly in the first half, Tunisia looked terrible. They looked a bit more organised after half time, but they looked really, really poor in that first half. And like it really, England could have scored a few goals. They were a bit lucky sort of way, like ones that just hit the wrong side of the post, or the keeper just managed to get a toe on the one from Lingard. And I definitely don't think that they're a good side. From what I've seen, I think Belgium and England should be able to be, like England should beat Panama and Belgium should beat Tunisia. And then obviously that group will come down to whatever happens in the last game between the two of them, and probably a bit of goal difference. But we'll see obviously how it goes. Tomorrow we wrap up the first round of fixtures with the two Group H matches. I think they're the first two games of the day. So first, 1 o'clock we've got Colombia and Japan, and 4 o'clock Poland and Senegal, and then it's Russia versus Egypt, in the evening. So the first game then is Colombia versus Japan. I think Colombia should be too good for Japan. They have a couple of very good players, Colombia. Obviously James, Falcao, Cuadrado are all, very, very good top players, attacking players. Got to the quarterfinals 4 years ago. They kind of hit a bit of a stutter at the end of South American qualifying. So it'll be interesting to see how they bounce back from that. But I don't expect a lot out of Japan. And I think Colombia should be too good for them, and should be able to get the 3 points and win that first game anyway. The other game, Poland and Senegal, is probably a tighter game. Obviously Senegal, they have a good sort of core there. Like Koulibaly, Mane, there's a few decent players, Keita. It'll be interesting to see just how good they are. Poland, we know, obviously we've seen them in European qualifying. Lewandowski's obviously a big threat. They have a couple of other decent players. I'm a big fan of Krajcevic. He didn't have a great season this year, but come back as far as his time at Sevilla and that. I always thought he was a great player, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Personally, I think Poland might just edge that one, although I wouldn't be surprised if it's a draw. But I would probably just go for Poland to win it. Although I do think that Senegal will give them a decent enough game, and they could even potentially cause an upset with the pace they have in the counter attack. Russia v Egypt. So we're back round then to the second games. These are the ones then that are really going to make or break teams. Egypt need something. If they don't get anything out of this game, they're pretty much done for. So all the pressure's on. Mo Salah should be back. Honestly, I can't see Egypt beating Russia. I just think they're not a bad side, Egypt. They have a couple of decent players, but I think Russia will do enough to get at least a draw out of it. And they might even win it, but I would say from prediction purposes, I would go for a draw on that game, which obviously I'll stand Russia in good stead to win 4 points with a game to play, and obviously depending then how Uruguay and Saudi Arabia go, which I would expect Uruguay to win. You're looking then that it's very likely that Uruguay and Russia might come through that group. If Egypt are going to come through, I think they need to really do it tomorrow. I think they need to beat Russia, and as I say, I don't think they will. But we'll see. We'll watch the games and we'll see how it goes. There might be surprises. There's already been surprises in the tournament. There's been some good performances, some poor performances. So you don't know what you're getting until you watch the game, and that's the beauty of football. So as usual, if you want to get in touch, you can do so. Comment, and I'll always sort of reply or get back to you. And any questions or just want to chat about football or something like that, just give me a shout and we'll do that. But thanks for watching for this one, and that's the end then of the Day 5 review. Thank you.